Good morning, Axial Scale Builders. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. What's good, everybody? I hope you're having a good start to your morning. Mine's going pretty good. But before we get into this episode, I just want to touch on a couple of things real quick. I want to give you a friendly reminder that we do have ScaleWars t-shirts available. They are out now. There's also hoodies, there's also mugs, and you can get all this stuff in a variety of colors, which is pretty cool. We also have ESP gear. So if you really want to pick something up, you want to represent, I know I'd appreciate it. You look good doing so. Go ahead and slide on over to www.extremescaleperformance.com. Hit that shop tab. Everything you need is right there. And while you're there, if you have an axial scale build you want to go ahead and submit, you want to get on the show, you want to get some feedback from everybody, maybe show off what you've done, go ahead and click on the ScaleWars tab right there on the same website, www.extremescaleperformance.com, and basically everything you need to know is going to be right there. The sign-up sheet, all the rules and regulations, the scoreboard if you want to see all the previous scores and how well everyone's done, who's won what, it's all there. So anyways, you guys, that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into today's episode. I'll see you guys over on the battleground. Alright, if you're new around here, this is the ScaleWars Battleground. If you have been here before, welcome back. It is about to go down. So, today's theme is going to be Toyotas. And as you can see, we've got one on screen already. So, first up, we have a flatbed here submitted to us by a gentleman named Ricky Johnson. Now, Ricky Johnson is from Santee, California, here in the United States of America. He is 35 years of age. He has been subscribed to ESP for about, well, according to this, he subscribed the day he submitted this build. So he's fresh around here. So you guys, give him a nice warm welcome. Glad to have you, Ricky. Welcome to the family. And we're going to go ahead and pick your truck apart today, but don't take nothing personal, man. It's all love around here. So as far as when he started building RCs, it says he started building crawlers only 2.5 years ago. And then it says, what do you got here? This project name, he calls this one Rick's Trail Repair. So he's got it right on the door right there. I'm not sure if that's a real phone number or not. I don't know. You guys, if it is, don't troll him, all right? don't do that. Let's see. Detailed parts list. SCX-10. He says he has RC four-wheel drive TF2 wheels and tires, stock SCX-10 axles, beef tubes, overdrive front gears, MIP drive shafts, Energy tranny case with steel gears, Hobby Wing 21.5 turn motor, Tekin RSX ESC, Spectrum servo, RC four-wheel drive sliders, custom front bumper with a bend, LOL, which I'm sure we'll see. Custom square solid rod hoop with flatbed. He says scale item list. Oh, my phone thinks I'm talking to it. He says scale item list is random broken RC parts, custom made box, pallet gas, or custom made box and pallet. Okay, I was gonna say that didn't make sense. All right, so custom made box and pallet, gas. Or a gas can, cooler, fuel cell with custom-made filler, neck barrel, not painted yet, and lantern. Body is Tamiya Yoda cab with grill and LED lights and rock lights. Trail lights not wired yet, Proline scaler shocks, and he says the build is not totally finished. And my apologies, I was stumbling through that, you guys, but we got it out. So the build classification is trail truck, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates this, it looks like a 3. Okay, yeah, is that right? Let me see here. Yep, he rates it a 3. And then as far as who he would like to give a shout out to, let's take a look here. Says he'd like to give a shout out to the San Diego Scalers. So shout out to San Diego Scalers, everybody down there in SoCal. So that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dig into this. Not a lot of pictures. I'm going to go ahead and say he did not submit all of the correct pictures. Some of them were missing and some of them were duplicates, but there's enough there. Man, I got heartburn. Sorry about that. There's enough there that we can work with it. So let's see what we're messing with here. Let's see. First up, my impressions are going to be, it gets used a lot. I'll say that. It definitely gets used a lot. I mean, look at the links. Look at the rock sliders. Look at the body itself. Which, speaking of the body, that's the first negative I've got right here is going to be the cutout for the wheel wells. Looks like you cut the snot out of them wheel wells. Now, I know that is... It doesn't mean it's not realistic because people do cut their wheel well. Some people take the fenders all the way off and they'll just have open, you know, like core support or whatever in there. But I don't know if it was really necessary to do that. I think that maybe a little bit of shock tuning or maybe getting that body slid back a little bit further on the chassis probably would have helped out a little bit on that. Because it looks to me like the body's just sitting too far forward. As you can see, it's not centered with your rock sliders. And judging by the front up here, it looks like it's sitting up past the chassis and all the way up on that front bumper. Now, I don't know exactly why you did that. I mean, that could have just been something you wanted to do. I don't really know. But if this body, like if the door was centered on this rock slider, to me personally, I feel it would look a lot better. But you know, that's you know, minor. That's just one thing. I like the 1.55 setup you're rocking here. These are the TF2 wheels and tires. You know, some scale hubs, definitely recommended. Let's see what else we got going on here. Looks good underneath. It's sprung in the back, or I mean, it's not leaf sprung, but four-linked in the back. So I'm guessing he's going for performance mainly. I would love to see this on an Axial chassis, completely leaf sprung would be really cool. But even though it's not, I think that's pretty slick. Not a huge fan of having the shocks stick through up here. I've had to do that myself on a few builds, and it's frustrating. Because you don't want to give up your performance, you know, you don't want to give up that flex, you don't want to give up that stability, you know, the stock layout works really nice, but if you could get and I'm not a fan of the cantilever setup, but if you could get like some shorter shocks, invert them to the center maybe, there's a few different ways you go about it. I think they sell like some 60 or 70 millimeter shocks that would work decently. But it's not bad, man. It's not the end of the world. Another thing you could do would be to hide those inside of inside of a toolbox. You get like a Proline toolbox and cut out the bottom of it and hide it inside of there possibly too. Just throwing that out there. It's looking good though, man. I think this thing looks rugged. I like that it's beat up. It reminds me of like a real trail truck, something I'd really see out on the trails. It's missing the mirrors. I'd like to see mirrors. I don't know if they came with them for the Tamiya bodies, but would have been cool. Also would have been cool to get some detail on that door handle and the keyhole and stuff there. Another cool thing would be, whoa, I hit the wrong button there. Another cool thing would be to get some kind of a big whippy antenna on this, you know, like you'd see on a lot of these trucks. One of those antennas that bounces around, that'd be awesome. All right, so let's keep going through these pictures. He doesn't have a whole lot of them, so I was taking my time on that one. There's his front bumper, which is definitely bent up, but I like it. I'm not going to lie. I think it looks awesome. I think the whole front end of this truck looks awesome. Oh, no. Body pins. I didn't even notice those. Were those in the other picture, too? Could I just not see them? Yeah, I couldn't see them. That's why. Body pins. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so... Not a fan of the body pins. They're taken away from the coolness of this truck. I love how it looks all old and beat up. I love that it's a little crooked and a little rusted looking. I'd like to see some rust down on the axles and on these links and stuff. They're a little pretty. You know, I'd like to see them looking a little bit more like that front bumper. I'm not going to lie. Get rid of them body posts, man. Oh, get them out of there. It'll look way better. Get some sort of windshield wipers on there, unless maybe you got some windshield wipers would be cool. But yeah, there's not a lot to do up front, you know. I mean, it is what it is. Can't really get zoomed in on that one. Looks like it does work though. I mean, you got a nice little flex shot going on there. I see why you have your fender cut out so much, because this truck looks like it flexes a lot. But reality, I mean, maybe it's too much flex. I don't know. You're probably going to disagree with me on that, and I understand. But I don't know if having a 155 tire and then all that gap between there, like we see on the other pictures, is necessary, really. That looks really good, though. That stance looks really nice right there. See, that just, to me, that looks like there's too much gap there. I don't know. That's just me. That's the one thing that's getting me. I think everything else is pretty good, honestly. I mean, there's little things, but that's just, I'm nitpicking. The only big thing is just the body alignment, I think, or the big cutting in the front fenders. But, underneath is looking pretty good. I see rock lights. I love seeing rock lights. I see MIPs. Links are all metal. 3-linked front. The sway bar, or I mean not a sway bar, but a panhard bar. I'm all clogged up. Sorry guys, the smoke has been killing me over here. I'm seeing some brake lights under there. I'm seeing more metal links all the way around. It's looking good, man. Looking good. Not a lot of sloppy wires. Looks good. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. Some disc brakes, you know, I recommend that for everybody. You know, some inner fender wells, that would really, really look good in there. That would help cover up some of that stuff, and, you know, it would help kind of conceal the big front fender cuts. So, just a thought. Whoa, there we go. What we got going on here? It's looking pretty good. Simple layout. Nothing too crazy. Nothing, not much of a rat's nest or anything like that. It's pretty tidy. Not too bad at all. Battery tray is, you know, in a prime location and get that weight down low. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. San Diego Scalers. Here we can see some of the accessories on the back there. I like that you threw some actual, you know, products from the SCX10 on there. Some blown out factory gears, things like that. Yeah, I really like that. It looks awesome. I'm not sure what's going on with this gap though right here in the back. The body and the headache rack, it just looks like there's a, like it's off centered there. But definitely cool though. Alright, let's see what else we got here. There's an over the top view. Fuel cell's looking nice. I like the fuel cell placement. I like the gears in the box. I like the pallet action. Yeah, it's the extra CVDs. Oh, a broken one too. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think it looks good, man. I think this, what I was trying to see what this is. You got links going there. I love that you have actual real parts in here. I think that that is probably the best touch on this whole thing, man, is that you took the time to put real, actual, usable, functional parts on here. Even if they're blown out, that doesn't matter. To me, it's just cool that you put real stuff on there instead of, you know, just buying like the, no offense or anything, but buying like the plastic fake axles or, you know, getting the crate with the fake stuff in it. Like, you actually did it right. I think that's awesome, man. Definitely commend that. Like, that is something I love to see. Another inside shot there. That's looking good. Whoa. I'm not so sure what that is. Oh, that's from one of those photo apps. Okay, I got you. I was like, what happened to that picture? Okay, alright. So, anyways, this is the picture they submitted instead of his proof shot. So, I don't have actual proof shot. So, this could be a random person. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and hoping for the best here. I just wanted to say, basically, you guys, give him some feedback. Jump in the comment section. Let him know what you think. And we're going to jump on to the next ones. Ricky, thank you very much for submitting your build. I do appreciate it. Looking good. I would say just get it finished up. And when you're doing so, you know, if you could get that body slid back a little bit, or maybe just leaving it where it's at, and just getting rid of those body posts alone would really, really make a huge difference. Other than that, man, you're really on the right track. You're doing a good job. You said yourself it's not done. You've got a lot to do still, and I think you're doing great, man. I think you're doing a real good job. So hopefully I didn't beat you up too much on that, and you'll stick around. And yeah, man, submit it again for sure once you get it all finished, so we can see what it looks like as a finished product. We got a lot of Toyota fans around here, believe it or not. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Give them that feedback. Go ahead and let him know what you like, what you don't like. Give him some recommendations. And if you want to check his score, go on over to www.extremescaleperformance.com. Slide on over to the ScaleWars tab and cruise all the way down to the scoreboard there, and you can see what he got. Thank you very much, Ricky. On to our next entry. All right, you guys, we've got our second entry here today. This one is submitted to us by a gentleman named Kevin, I want to say Trapane, Trapane, Trapane. I'm going to say Trapane. And Kevin, I apologize if I'm butchering that. He is from Crestline, California, here in the United States, another Californian, and he is 25 years of age. Now, he's been subscribed to ESP for about 3 months now, and it looks like he started building RCs back in 2007. For those of you who don't know, that's the same year I started this channel, actually. 10-year anniversary this year. And this project right here that we're looking at, he calls this one the Toyota Truggy. So lots of T's in there. And then detailed parts list goes a little something like this. SCX10 base, almost completely stock with exception of steel transmission gears. He says SkyQ aluminum hubs and a 2400 kV brushless system. Stock links, axle housings, axle gears, drive shafts, no name aluminum shocks. He says full custom cage built by me, sitting on hot racing aluminum beadlocks and mud tires. Very interesting. Now this build classification, obviously a trail truck, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he's rating this one a 5. Now, as far as who he would like to give a shout out to, he says he'd like to give a shout out to Axial for making amazing trail trucks, which I would have to agree on that one. Now, let's go ahead and take a peek at this here. He says he's got mud tires. By mud tires, he has some Super Swampers on here, which are looking pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. I love me some Super Swampers. Let's take a look here. It's looking good. Not bad work. I would say cage work's looking awesome. I really, really like it. I think it's a cool truggy design you got going on back here. I think that the proportions are looking really good. Not a fan of the yellow springs. I'm going to go ahead and say that, but I am pretty sure I know why you did them. It looks to me like you did them for the performance. But they do kind of match these yellow housings you got going on up front. So pretty cool. I see an interior. I'm curious if that is 3-dimensional or 2-dimensional. Light bars looking good on there. Not so sure about that though. I see zip ties. Yeah. Ooh, I see more lights right there. I like the full-size spare. It's not matching though, I don't think. It doesn't look like a matching spare. But either way, I think it looks awesome. Get some hubcaps on there. Just like the last truck, get your mirrors, get your door handles painted up a little better. You know, the key lock area right here would be nice. Yeah, just simple stuff, nothing too crazy. Interior is looking alright, not too bad. Except for it's just 2-dimensional, and that sucks. I'd like to see some 3-dimensional stuff. I like to see people fit all the way in. You know, that's just like a no compromise situation. All together though, I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, it definitely looks good. Ooh, that's a cool shot. See the back, he has his spare actually mounted there. That's awesome. Rear axles, you know, they're factory. It'd be cool to see some some aftermarket housings, you know, just kind of bring it to life. But all in all, I think that it looks good, man. I think this is a great looking rig. I love that you've got the radiator and the fuel cell and stuff in the back. I think that's a nice touch. Subtle, not too crazy, but definitely makes a point. Let's keep it moving here. It's a good looking shot. I just like it, man. I think it's got cool proportions. Ooh, I see body pins. I see body pins. I'm guessing that's how you're keeping this on there. I'm not really 100% sure. Maybe just the back piece. I don't really know. But either way, I'm not going to hate too much. They're out of sight, out of mind. You know, you can't really see them too much. So I like it. I like it. There we go. There you can see the wood. He's got wood all wrapped up. That's awesome. He's also got, looks like a sleeping mat or something of some kind. I like that. Let's keep it going here. And there it is on the shelf, looking all good. And this one doesn't look like it has an interior yet, so this must have been an older picture. It's also really clean. There's no damage to anything hardly at all. So I think it looks great. Good choice of colors. I think the whole, you know, cream on brown or whatever that is looking awesome. The yellow, I'm not a huge fan of the yellow springs, but they do match the headlights and the corner lights there, which look pretty good. So not too bad, man. Get some brake discs on there. Get your scale hubs on there. Get that mirror. Get the you know, the door handles painted on a little bit better. Just minor things, you know, just little things here and there. And there's all kinds of accessories. You know, I would love to see some aftermarket housings for those axles. There's some pretty affordable options out there now. It's looking good, and I love the wire tuck job. I don't see wires really anywhere, so great job on that. All right, and I think that's it, honestly. Oh, no. There we go. I like that. Nice little flex shot. Not too crazy on the flex, but definitely throwing some angle up there. Lifting that back leg. It's just clean, man. I think he did a good job. There's the final shot. That's the final shot. You can clearly see he's a Yoda guy. He likes his Toyotas. Good job, man. Really good job. I think it's awesome. It's hard for me to judge Toyotas because I'm not a huge Toyota fan, but I like them. I think they're great. I think that they do a good job. I just, you know, being a Jeep guy, I've always been a Jeep fanatic, but also being a Jeep guy, I've seen plenty of Toyotas on the trail, and I can tell you that they are tough. And they go places, you know. If you know how to drive a Toyota properly, you can get it to go dang near anywhere. So, anyways, that being said, I think it's time to move on to our next entry, you guys. Go ahead and give Kevin some feedback in the comments. Let him know what you think about his Toyota build here. I really think it's awesome. I think he did a good job. Not a whole lot to change on there. Just, I would love to see a three-dimensional interior and see some of those little things worked out. I also see that you're missing windshield wipers. That's another nice touch you could add, would be some windshield wipers. So yeah, just get the little details worked out, you know. Just finish up with all the little kinks and you should be good, man. I think it looks awesome. So anyways, thank you very much, Kevin, for entering. You guys give him that feedback. If you want to see what he scored, go ahead and head over to extremescaleperformance.com, slide on over to ScaleWars tab, and you can see all of that there. With that being said, let's keep it moving. Alright, you guys, this is our third and final entry for today. This one's submitted to us by a gentleman named Brando Van Sant. And Brando is, he's from Anderson, California. Wow, all three entries today from California. Nice. He is 29 years of age, And looks like he's been subscribed to ESP for 4 days at the time of this submission. So fairly new around here. It's glad to have you, Brando. Thank you for the subscription and welcome to the family. So it looks like he started building RCs in 2015, and this project right here that we're looking at, he calls, well, he says he doesn't have a name for it yet, but his wife calls it Nickel and Dimed, which I gotta say, that's a pretty good name, man. Now, as far as the detailed parts and paint list goes, something like this. It's RC Fast aluminum front and rear shock tower, XJJ silver chassis mounted servo kit with panhard link, RC Hub 1.9 aluminum red ring beadlock rims, upgrade length 20mm alloy hex 12mm. I'm not sure what I'm reading there. MX fans, silver aluminum C hub carriers and steering hubs, worn 9.5 CTI winch, extra speed ST steel front bumper, parts on the way, I guess. Oh, so he's listing parts on the way, maybe. I'm not sure what he means by that, but parts on the way: silver aluminum rear cup, axle lockout, aluminum silver skid plates, roof rack, cargo elastic net, and steel chainsaw tow hitch, aluminum tow hitch, and then foldable scale aluminum land anchor, GT power 12 LED light kit, and more. So I'm guessing that's all stuff. No, a lot of this stuff is already on here, so maybe he just has, I'm not sure what he's talking about when he said he has parts on the way. But it looks like the majority of the stuff that he just mentioned is already on this truck from what I can see here. And then this build classification is trail truck, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates it a 6. As far as who he'd like to give a shout out to, he says he'd like to give a shout out to his wife. He says, thanks for supporting me in this hobby and putting up with all the time and money I put in this truck. So obviously he's invested here. He's definitely put some time and effort into this, some money. And yeah, so shout out to his wife. So let's go ahead and get into this. You guys, what are your initial thoughts here? I gotta say, my initial thoughts are this looks pretty dang good, man. This is a pretty slick looking rig. The roof rack is out of control. It is definitely not something I would normally run, and in this situation, I say it works. I say it looks awesome. The way you have it fitted, the way you have it loaded down with everything, I think it looks great. I'm sure it does cause you some issues when it comes to sliding through tight areas, but you know, that's not what it's all about all the time. So, oh, excuse me. Oh, got hit with the yawns there. But I think it looks great, man. I love the what do you got pulleys on here. I'm guessing those are what are those called? For winching, you know, or it doubles up the power. I'm drawing a blank right now. Got the shovels, got the toe straps. I like it, man. Got the lantern up there. That's the Campbell Coleman lantern. He's got all kinds of stuff in the back here. Snatch block. That's the word I was looking for. And then he's got wood. He's got cooler. Well, this is like the water cooler. He's got, it looks like Coke in a nice bucket. I mean, he's got some stuff going on back here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, truck nuts down there. I don't see disc brakes in the back. It would be cool to see some disc brakes because I do see that you went all in on the front here. These wheels are looking really nice, and I love that you got the hubs on there. Look great. Tires look great. I will say proportion-wise, it looks a little disproportionate, as in, you know, the tires just look massive in comparison to that body. But it's not, I mean, it's not that out of control, but those would be some pretty big-looking tires. What are we seeing here? I like this rear stinger thing that you got going on here. I think that looks really good. I'm not sure what the point of that is, but I like it. I think it looks awesome. I see some interior action here. Looks like you've got a fire extinguisher or something up in there. Man, all in all, I think this is a good looking rig so far. Let's go ahead and dig into this here. Oh, undershot. Looking nice. Not seeing nothing out of place. It's looking good. Now wires. I'm seeing a bunch of wires, but they're not like out of control, but I am seeing some wires there, so it's not bad, man. It's not bad. Oh, he's got the chain steering wheel. That's gangster. No mirrors once again. That's what with you Toyota guys and your hate for mirrors here. So definitely want to get some mirrors on there. You got the wing window option here. It'd be cool if you got some, wing windows actually put in there. That'd be cool. Interior looks like you don't have nothing going on in the floor. You just got a dash in there, so it's a start. But definitely could go further for sure. What do we see here? What do we get going on? I will say there's no body posts or hood pins, so props on that, man. I think this thing's wicked, dude. I think it looks good. It reminds me of a Scorpion for some reason. I think it's just because of the front and rear stingers. It looks awesome. Roof rack is killer. Total overland style. I think it looks beast, man. I think this thing's really cool. Oh, look at that shot. That's awesome. Looks like he's out in the backyard having some fun. Got the campfire built. Got the dog out there. That is awesome. Got the scale wood and the tools. That's pretty cool. Just trying to see if there's something I'm missing. Anything I'm missing? I see wires heading up here. Not really. I think that inner fender wells up front on probably all three of the builds today, but throw some inner fender wells on this one would look great too. Throw some glass in there would look awesome. Get the rest of your interior in. There's no seats or anything in there, so it wouldn't be that hard. Single cabs are really easy to build in. Just do a firewall, do a floor. That's really it. It's not all that hard after that. You can just bolt some seats in there. You might need to make some risers for the seats. You could, throw a little panel over that wire right there if you wanted to keep the wires hidden. I know those are going up to your LEDs. But you're doing a good job, man. You're off to a great start. I think it looks awesome. This thing's definitely looking like it performs. I have a feeling it goes just about anywhere. BF Goodrich tires look super good on there. Big fan of those tires. I think it looks awesome, man. What do we got? We got more pictures here? Yeah, here's another interior shot. The dash is looking real good. I like the dash. You just gotta, finish it off. You gotta get the rest of the stuff in there. Ooh, man. He's still rocking that Tamiya plug. I haven't seen that in a minute. It looks good, man. Your wires are pretty tidy. I see zip ties. Everything's done up. Oh, he's got some artillery back here. He got some action, some guns. Lots of cool stuff going on, man. I like the electronics laid out. Nice and smooth. Everything looks good. Symmetrical. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I see that factory 27 turn axial motor in there. Yeah. Toolbox. It's looking good. It's looking real good, man. I gotta give you props. Not too bad at all. Not sure what that is. Definitely not too bad at all. I like that. Aggressive. And look how symmetrical that is. That is dead centered. I mean, great job. This thing looks awesome. The body is mounted perfectly centered. I like it. Oh, an early shot. That's nice. That's looks like when he first got the body, he's just getting going. Oh, and there he is. What's up, Brando? Oh man, he's good. Rig looks good. I appreciate you submitting it. Oh, we got some ink going too. Nice. I appreciate you submitting it, man, participating. Oh, and that is our last photo, too. So, you guys give them some feedback. Let them know what you think. Personally, I think that this is probably one of the cooler Toyotas I've seen. I think it's got some really, really aggressive stance to it, So, you're pushing it on the stance, but, because the tires are looking a little big. But in reality, there's Toyotas like that out there. So, I think it looks awesome. It looks like a Toyota on full widths and some 40-somethings. I don't know, big tires. And it looks good, man. I'm guessing it performs really good. Get your interior in there, get the door panels. You can order up the stuff from Dinky RC or wherever. There's all kinds of stuff you can get for these Toyota bodies. So no excuses. There's always a way to make it happen. I'd love to see this resubmitted with all of the interior work in it. Door handles, you know, mirrors, all those little things that are probably going to get busted off, but that's okay. It's okay if they get busted off. As long as they were there to begin with, that's what really matters. Get some, it doesn't look like you even have a windshield in here, so it'd be nice to see some glass up in this. Just details, you know, all about them details. The rest of it's looking really good, but you got all these accessories, but, you know, I'd like to see drivers. I'd like to see, you know, seats, floor, stuff like that. So anyways, you guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I think I'm going to call it. Got a lot to do today, and hopefully I'll have tomorrow off. That's the plan. Anyways, you guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to get up out of here. Be sure to check the scores at www.extremescaleperformance.com. Submit your builds, pick up a t-shirt, all that good stuff. I'm out of here, you guys. You know what it is. Piece of chicken grease, fam. Yeah.